The introduction of the event. The opening of the 2014 Commonwealth Games was held at Celtic Park in Glasgow, Scotland on Wednesday, 23 July 2014. The ceremony started at 9 p.m. and ended at 11:40 p.m. There are more than 4,500 athletes and team officials representing 71 different countries and territories from across the Commonwealth participated. The organizer members of the opening Commonwealth Games 2014 are the Scottish Government, Glasgow City Council, and Commonwealth Games Scotland. The Scottish Government is a major supporter of the Games and the third organisation in the partnership. Glasgow City Council is the largest local authority in Scotland and is responsible for delivering a number of places and lasting benefits from the Games to the city and residents of Glasgow. The Commonwealth Games Scotland is the most body of Commonwealth sport in Scotland and is liable for selecting, preparing, and managing Scottish teams at the Commonwealth Games. In addition, the UNICEF partnership with the 2014 Glasgow Commonwealth Games and UNICEF's objectives is to create sports events and charitable partnership to support Commonwealth children. The objectives of the Commonwealth Games are to function as a linking force between developed and developing Commonwealth countries. This is because mixing people together from various regions can often give them the government of education in international cooperation. The second objective is to help in bridging the gap between the developed and the developing Commonwealth countries in sports development. Sports are an important method of developing and fostering understanding among communities and especially between young people in all countries, which will create a harmonious channel through which developed countries can assist developing countries in the development of sports. Lastly is to exchange sport, research ideas, coaches, equipments and facilities to member countries. The reason we choose this event is that this kind of event is made separately between the opening ceremony and the closing ceremony. This indicates that this event is different from other events as it starts on 23 July 2014 and ends on 3 August 2014 compared to other events that run events in just one day. Besides, events like this will attract attention and increase enthusiasm, especially for young people, to participate in sports events. In this way, they can show their talents on the platform provided, and at the same time, the country can also produce a healthy future generations and produce new athletes to raise the country's name. Moreover, we choose the Commonwealth Games is because it is a multi-sport event that is held every 4 years and is often referred to friendly games. At this point, the Commonwealth Games unite the members of the Commonwealth of Nations in an effort to raise the bar of sport for all humanity and provide competition where athletes compete during a spirit of friendship and fair play. Next, I'll present about the tentative program. Wednesday, July 23, 2014. The event starts on 9 p.m. with the opening performance with a song entitled Welcome to Scotland from Karen Dumba and Rod Stewart. 9:23 p.m. arrival of the head of Commonwealth, Prince Imran, President of the Commonwealth Games Federation, Michael Kavanagh, Chairman of Commonwealth Games Scotland, Lord Smith of Cavan, Chairman of the Glasgow 2014. 9:25 p.m. singing performance of the song Mull of Kintyre by Susan Boyle. 9:26 p.m. the procession welcomed the arrival of the Majesty Queen Elizabeth. 9:27 p.m. air show and the arrival of Queen Elizabeth. 9:30 p.m. national anthem God Save the Queen by Robert Lovey. 9:31 p.m. Scottish ballet performance by Sophie Martin and Christopher Harrison. 9:34 p.m. the arrival of the Queen's Baton carrying by Mark Beaumont, cyclist and broadcaster. 9:36 p.m. Flora from Glasgow welcoming the team from India, Bangladesh, Brunei Darussalam, Malaysia, Maldives, Pakistan, Singapore, and Sri Lanka. 9:50 p.m. short video message from Keely Host from UNICEF Ambassador. 9:51 p.m. team from Australia, Cook Island, Fiji, Kiribati, Nauru, New Zealand, Norfolk Islands, Papua New Guinea, Samoa, Solomon Islands, Tonga, Tuvalu, and Vanuatu. 10 p.m. Short video message from Sir Chris Hoy from UNICEF Ambassador. 10:02 p.m. Team from Nigel Amos, Cameroon, Ghana, Kenya, Lesotho, Malawi, Mauritius, Mozambique, Namibia, Nigeria, Rwanda, Seychelles, Sierra Leone, South Africa, Swaziland, United Republic of Tanzania, Uganda, and Zambia. 10:16 p.m. Short video message from Reggie Yates from UNICEF Ambassador. 10:17 p.m. Team from Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Bahamas, Barbados, British Virgin Islands, Cayman Islands, Dominica, Grenada, Jamaica, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Trinidad and Tobago, Turks and Caicos Islands. 10:28 p.m. Short video message from Nicole Scherzinger from UNICEF Ambassador. 10:30 p.m. Team from Belize, Bermuda, Canada, Falkland Islands, Guyana and St. Helena. 10:35 p.m. Short video message from Colin Jackson from UNICEF Ambassador. 10:37 p.m. Team from Cyprus, England, Gibraltar, Guernsey, Isle of Man, Jersey, Malta, Northern Ireland, Wales and Scotland. 10:55 p.m. Singing performance from Rod Stewart, We Joy Unfinite Brothers and Sisters Meet. 11 p.m. Sir Chris Hoy and James McAvoy from UNICEF Ambassador appeal for donations to UNICEF's Children of the Commonwealth Fund. 11:03 p.m. Put Children First choir performance. 11:05 p.m. Live message from the International Space Station to the Commonwealth nation. 11:06 p.m. Scots musician Nicole Benedetti performed a violin solo as the flag of Commonwealth Games Federation was raised and fireworks started. 11:16 p.m. Singing performance Freedom Kamoye by Pumiza Matshikiza. 11:18 p.m. Representatives of the guide Michael Huggins, athlete Libby Clark, coach Donald McIntosh, and technical official Victor Killen represent art readings. 11:20 p.m. Short speech by the First Minister of Scotland, the Right Honourable Alex Salmond. 11:23 p.m. Welcoming speech by the leader of Glasgow City Council, Councillor Gordon Matheson. 11:26 p.m. Short speech by President of the Commonwealth Games Federation, HRH Prince Imran. 11:33 p.m. The Queen receives the baton and declares Games open. 11:37 p.m. Fireworks. And 11:40 p.m. End of the opening ceremony and disperse. The opening ceremony of the Commonwealth Games began with a brief video by Ewan McGregor on UNICEF's objective, which is Put Children First. This was followed by a comical opening involving Scottish comedian Karen Dunbar and actor John Barrowman singing the song Welcome to Scotland. Rock icon Rod Stewart later joined Amy MacDonald within the song Rhythm of My Heart before the arrival of the top of Commonwealth, which has Prince Imran as President of the Commonwealth Games Federation, Michael Kavanagh as the Chairman of Commonwealth Games Scotland, and Lord Smith of Cavan as the Chairman of the Glasgow 2014. The ceremony continued with the performance of former Britain's Got Talent star Susan Boyle's rendition of Mull of Kintyre alongside the pipes and drums of the Scottish Regiment tapped into the musical roots of Scotland. The red arrow then flew in red, white and blue, that representing the Union Jack over the stadium before the Majesty of the Queen arrived amid Duke of Edinburgh by her side. The Queen was greeted by the top of Commonwealth and therefore the flowers. Robert Lovey then gave the audience an incredible rendition of the Commonwealth anthem, God Save the Queen. Next, Scottish Ballet performance by Sophie Martin and Christopher Harrison with the song I'm Gonna Be, 500 miles before the arrival of the Queen's Baton, carried by Mark Beaumont, which is the cyclist and broadcaster. The baton contains a message from Queen Elizabeth II, which can be read out at the closing of the opening 2014 Commonwealth Games.
There have four VIP officiating the event. First, Queen Elizabeth II. Second is the Prince Tengku Imran. Third is the Robert Smith. And the last but not least is Michael J. Cavendish. As we can see, the next slide is about the summary of officiating speech by VIP. In the event, there have two VIP who spoke, namely Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Tengku Imran. Both VIP talks about athletes and baton. They also thank the athlete for being able to highlight their talents according to the ability of each athlete involved. Here we can conclude that everyone has their own talent by holding the sport day. By holding a Commonwealth Games, we can also dig out the talents of athletes who have the advantage and courage in venturing into a game that has been held. It is also able to attract young people to venture into sport, because in the field of sport it's also able to make yourself more disciplined and practice a healthy life. In conclusion, activity involved in sport can unearth and highlight the talents that have been stored in everyone. By holding these Commonwealth sports can prove and able to produce thousands of athletes from various countries. From there, we are also able to create various sport activity that can be used as a match.
Now, I'm going to present about profile of official and non-official sponsorship company for the event. Glasgow 2014 official Commonwealth Game partner are Emeritus, Ford, Longinus, Virgin Media, BP, and SSE. And Glasgow 2014 official Commonwealth Game supporters are Harper McLeod LLP, Surge, EY, Actors, Dell, Toshiba, and Buck Soft Drink. The next slide is about promotional medium for event. With the hope that brand ambassador and Olympic Championship Mo Farah and Usain Bolt will be at the forefront of a big advertisement campaign next year to help the contract. Virgin Media signed up as the Commonwealth Game sponsorship partner in 2014. The BBC is broadcasting coverage of the Commonwealth Game, which are estimated to be watched by more than 1 million. Virgin Media does not run promotional ad on the airtime of the organization, but it has promised to support the event in its marketing communication, and the organizer has assured a clear game time brand present in exchange.
Next, main content of event. Main content of event means the important things that happen in the event. The opening Glasgow 2014 Commonwealth Games was to introduce the countries that involved in this game, the culture of Scotland they shown in their building of stadium and performance. They want to introduce the tourists and locals to be a central part of the game's experience, highlighting Scotland culture alongside Commonwealth artistic work. Performance from singers, musicians. There were a lot of singers and musicians take part in the event, like the Nicola Benedict, who is performed violin solo, the singer performance from Rod Stewart, and many more. The Commonwealth participants from Asia, Europe, Africa, Pacific, Caribbean, and Americas. Next, we have medical aid and emergency services of event. Every event must have the medical aid and emergency services because we do not know what will happen during the event. It can be an accident such as natural disaster and accident on site because of audience. In the event video, we can see the medical aid and emergency services because they focus only on the event. But we believe they have it because big event like that need to have it. But then we recommend if have any event, the host of the event need to tell the audiences where the emergency route. It will be used when anything happen in the future of the event. Nobody can predict what will happen. Other than that, we must notify hospital medical center in writing of the event information. So the hospital can make sure that they will give priority to the event if any accident happen and need to use equipment in the hospital or medical centers. Next, closing flow of the event and post-event recognition. The closing of this event completed by the VIP's giving speech. Started with the short speech from the First Minister of Scotland, which is the Right Honourable Alex Salmond. The warm welcoming speech by the leader of Glasgow City Council, Councillor Gordon Matheson. After that, handing the baton to the Queen. The Queen received it and read the letter that she wrote. The Queen's baton is visiting all 32 local authorities with up to 100 baton bearers carrying Her Majesty's message daily. There is no post-event recognition in this event because this is the opening ceremony for a sports game, so they do not have any kind of gifts, highlights video or copy of the event broadcast.
Assalamualaikum. Today I want to present about discussion, conclusion and recommendation. For the strange opening ceremony, Glasgow 2040 Commonwealth Games is motivated, experience and communication. Factor affecting motivation. For the first one is interested. The second one is positive attitude. A person will motivated to do activity if the activity is with his interested. Positive attitude. Someone has a positive nature will participate in activity in deep and try their best to solve the problem that arise. Motivation is the process of psychological processes in a person and strongly influence the following factors. First is external factors. External factors have 4 points, which is work environments, leader and leaderships, demand for organization or task developments, and encourage or guidance of top management. And internal factor, which is 5 points, which is the nature of the individual, level of education, past experience, desire or hope for the future, also and known as hurt factors. The strength number 2 is experience. What is important of experience? Experience is develop skill. Whatever of you work you are in, experience will be effective skill development tool. The second point is show the process when learning new things. Not a few people work outside the academic field. This is not always bad because it will make you get the most of experience. While working in others field, you will get a lot of new knowledge. The third point is a lot of relationship. The benefit of work experience are important for you, your social environment. The more work experience, the greater you change a lot of people, meeting a lot of people. The third point is communication. Why is communication is so important? The communication become most effective when individuals who interact and communicate can be share understanding, stimulate others, and respond, encourage others to continue thinking. The importance of communication. First, human beings communicate because they want to understand all the events happening that occur around them. Okay. The second is to help people build relationship. The third point is organization matter. A leader need to train himself in order to build good communication of the party. There have 2 points for weaknesses. The weaknesses, the first one is social media. Social media. As we know, the event opening ceremony Glasgow 2040 Commonwealth making less promotion on social media. The the shortage cause the audience in the country and overseas do not know about the existing of the event. Audience is also less than others event. Advantage of promoting event on social media. We know interact on social media is very dynamic. That's why page for you event can also serve as kind of customer service platform. Through the comment column, you can find the out of pros and cons of your events. The second point is location. As we know, the stadium used in opening ceremony Glasgow 2014 Commonwealth game is very small and cannot accommodate to many spectators. What we can see there, many spectators only can see from outside stadium. Only is be held. The organizer should more be ready such a thing so that they cannot run event smoothly. How to choose a good stadium? The capacity that use opening ceremony Glasgow 2040 Commonwealth game that can accommodate 16,000 people and its hall is Celtic Park should be made the big events and invite the various country. You should choose the hall can accommodate 100,000 and 280,000 people. The hall should be strategically close to the city and parking spot. Should also be educated as the organizer should prepare the selecting the hall within 6 months to 12 months to make sure that hall in good condition. In conclusion, the opening ceremony Glasgow 2014 Commonwealth Game event went very smoothly. This event was held on July 23, 2014 from 9 p.m. to 11:40 p.m. And according to the plans, what we can learn from this event teach us every team should work together and carry out the activity to more be successful. In closing, we hope that next event will be better than previous event. For recommendation for the future event is socialize the event. Online event must be also marketed like regular events. You can use Instagram, Twitter and Facebook to promote your shows. Okay. Second one is do it research. The first thing you need to do some research like what target you expect to visit to come your events. Whatever the themes is of the event you're carrying out of interest many peoples. Okay. The third one is the event and activities that is interesting as possible. Being able to bring visitor to your event is one thing, but being able to keep until the event's over is another thing. One of your tasks is to create memories, experience that cannot we forget after end the event. Okay. The fourth is pre-event marketing. The concept and attractive event will mean that nothing if potential visitor do not get enough information about your event. Okay. Therefore, carefully prepare your events, marketing publication, pattern long before your event is held. The last one is post-event marketing. Your event marketing has finished its means that the promotion and marketing event is over. Through the post-marketing event, you can think that about the event you have held and share the excitements that happen at your event to the wider community. Thank you.